It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start fresh for their first game of the season, both squads believing this will be a great year. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Detroit Pistons as they go up against the Toronto Raptors in their house, Air Canada Center. Checking out Toronto, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. And another NBA season about to start. Shaq, we've talked about it. You can feel, an air of excitement that's a little different than in years past.
There's a number of talented teams all wanting that ring. I've said this before. Kenny has said it many times. It could be one of the best seasons we've seen in a while, including what Golden State did last year in winning the ring.
That was an incredible run. But some teams that looked unstoppable last year will start to show some cracks in their armor. But the other teams that didn't look like much on paper last year, beginning of the season, are now looking like they will surprise.
And that is it for now as we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports Group.
City Place, a gigantic new residential development here in Toronto, walking distance from both the sporting arenas. The Air Canada Center is filled to capacity. Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. You can feel the energy here in Air Canada Center. The Raptors looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. The big men, Tolliver and Drummond. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career-high 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from 3 the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, a monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
Carroll with it. About a minute played so far here in the first. Feeds it to Valanciunas. Lowry for 3. Offensive rebound. Detroit with the ball. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And it's Lowry with the rebound.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
And DeRozan throws it down hard.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Here's Jackson after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Passes it to Caldwell Pope. 5 on the clock. Goes up on the high post. A second chance effort outside for Jackson. Lots of room. Pistons keep it alive.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
Here's Drummond. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Here's Carroll after the made shot from Andre Drummond. And there's the pass to Lowry. Valanciunas dishes to Patterson. The second chance effort. And that one comes up a bit short.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
Shoots from 14. No good. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thank you, Kevin. A bit ago, Stan Van Gundy and I were able to chat. He told me there aren't many big men with the mobility and length of Jonas Valanciunas, and that he's a player they'll really have to account for, saying, quote, JV's still developing his skill set, but there just aren't that many people in the world of his size. And you factor in his motor, he can really impact a game. Guys, we'll see how they try to deal with him.
Thank you, Doris. And here's DeRozan. After Reggie Jackson was able to get the triple, Three-pointer, Lowry. Lowry can't get that one to fall. Pistons leading by 5. Here's Jackson. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Jackson's got 7 points.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Lowry against Jackson. Lowry kicks to Patterson. From deep three-point range, and again, Toronto no up.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep. Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
And the Pistons with possession here after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Detroit leading by 6. Here's Jackson. He's got 7. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Well, Kevin, a look here at last year in the NBA where the Raptors ranked. 2nd in free throw percentage. 3rd in fewest turnovers per game. And they also showed up in the top 5 in overall offense. This team has no trouble scoring the basketball. That's the least of their concerns. They love to get it up and down and put it in the hole.
And looking back at their superb free throw percentage, it speaks volumes about their skill level and mental focus. They had very few letdowns in concentration. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Detroit.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing that's been equally effective, they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
The Pistons making a change here. Morris is checked in. The Raptors shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. Out to Harris. Fires from deep. And it's Toronto with the rebound. And it's their first look at this year's Pistons here for the first game.
Oh! You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMarre Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. The kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. But I think he's found a home now.
Here is Harris. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas.
Well, he's got to watch himself now. I mean, that's 2 fouls already, and he can't afford another one.
And Toronto making a change. Biyombo's checked in. Morris with a screen on Lowry. Jackson passes to Morris. And Drummond throws it down.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
Joseph, he's checked in for Toronto. Detroit also making some changes. Aaron Baines comes in for Andre Drummond. And it's Johnson in for Harris.
And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball. Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
Well, height, who cares about height? I mean, it's just a number. Hey, you got to go with what you got. And he took what he had right at him there.
To the inside. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Patterson's got his third rebound on the night.
And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a three-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play the game.
Pushing it up. Here's Patterson. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Jackson kicks to Morris. The layup missed.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Pass to Lowry. Three-pointer. No good. Good work defensively by Morris.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Two open that time. Made it look too easy. And the Pistons lead by 5. Toronto shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Joseph dishes to Powell. The three-pointer off the mark.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight. I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And the shot is good. Joseph's got 5.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Ross in for Kyle Lowry. Now here's Ross. Scola passes to Joseph. Powell. They get it back. The dish to Joseph. Lets the three fly. That's good. Joseph's got his third basket of the night.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 9. And it's Baines missing. Here we go, one-on-one. Biyombo kicks to Joseph. Scola dishes to Ross. The Raptors rebound. Here's Powell, covered by Morris. Deep 2 from Ross. And Baines pulls it down. Pistons leading by 3. Jackson kicks to Baines. And Scola with the block. 1:15 left here in the first quarter. Joseph, that's good.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Jackson drives in. That's good. Jackson's got 11 points.
Now, I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
From deep three-point range, the shot is off. And it's Detroit the other way.
Toronto foul ball. Norman Powell. That's his first personal foul.
.46 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Johnson, rejected by Biyombo. They retain possession, and stolen by Scola. Meeks with the steal. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Here's Baines, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. This guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Detroit leading by 5. And here's Jackson, 11 points in the game. They set the pick. 3 seconds left. That's good. Jackson's got 13.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.